biggest game perhaps in IPFW basketball history at home. The first time a Big Ten team has come into Fort Wayne to play the Mastodons. And, you know, you and Coach Izzo go way back.
We certainly do. Tom Izzo recruited my brother Dugan way back in the late 80s, early 90s, and became pretty good friends with the family. My dad's a high school coach, so they communicate back and forth. He recruited me, just became a big friend of the family, and certainly a big supporter of mine, as he said. He's one of the great people in this game. Aside from the way he treats me, he's just a wonderful human being in the way he treats everybody.
And you know, he recruited your brother Dugan, who went to Michigan. He recruited you that went to IU.
Yeah.
So, do you feel like you spurned him a little bit twice, the Fife family?
Absolutely, Glenn, and that's one thing that he taught me, is you can't take that stuff personal. Tom Izzo has not, and like you said, my brother spurned Michigan State for Michigan, and I went to Indiana, and I'm telling you, nobody recruited me harder than Tom Izzo and Tom Crean when he was on staff at Michigan State. But you got to go with your heart, Glenn.
Yeah, that's right. And speaking of heart, you guys come out with a lot of heart in the second half. Start off with an 11-zip run. You were down 8. It would put you up 35-32. David Carson, you saw with a 3. Then Benny Botts doing what he does. Just talk about what you were thinking heading out of the half to spur this great run.
You know what? I was more concerned about Michigan State. Penn almost fell. That was funny. We were concerned about Michigan State. I knew Coach Izzo was going to climb into them. But, you know, we had to continue. Look, we got to execute our game plan, guys. Let's work to get good shots, as you saw right there. We get another shot from Dave Carson, an uncontested jumper. I thought we did a really nice job. We got down to the late end of the game. I think they had a 10-point lead. Delvez finally stops the run with that fadeaway. But I think between the 10-minute and the 6-minute mark, Michigan State really made the run and kind of did us in, and we made a couple turnovers, missed some shots, and couldn't get any stops, and gave up some offensive rebounds. Everything we worked on in terms of the game plan, Glenn, for that 4-minute stretch, we couldn't get it done.
And talking about some of the numbers, Ben Botts 22, Carson 17, Yerby with 10. But you know this Michigan State team is going to be better than probably any team that you're going to face in Summit League play. So does that give you a little bit of extra motivation? It's like this is the level you have to play to be competitive and win a conference championship?
Well, that's the key, Glenn. And as I told you after the Michigan State game, I even wanted our reporters, our local support, and the reporters such as yourself. I think that's the politically correct term nowadays, isn't it?
I think so. I don't know so.
Well, I told you, you make sure you grill them with questions of, are you going to be able to keep up this type of intensity, even from people, great sports people like yourself? These guys need to hear it, Glenn. They need to understand that, yeah, great job against Michigan State. We expect that against Michigan State. You don't have to worry about, as a coach, to prepare them for Michigan State in terms of intensity and being ready. It's these lesser-known teams, Glenn, and I thought our approach to Olivet was terrible. You know, I didn't think we had the same approach, obviously. Now, we made a great leap between Xavier and Michigan State. Can we make an even bigger leap between Michigan State and Eastern Illinois, and we'll find out.
Yeah, I think a lot of fans came away from the Michigan State game impressed. Tom Izzo was impressed as well. Here's what he had to say after the game.
All in all, good game for Dane and his team. I thought these kids competed, played awfully well, played awfully hard, and what happens when you go on the road just happened tonight. You know, every shot they made then became bigger for them and more depressing for us, and that's why it's hard to play these games on the road. But it was probably a good learning experience for us. I did it for the right reasons, and there were many, and I'll get something out of it. But some of the things may cause some sleepless nights here for the next week or two.
So you would do it again?
Sure. Yeah, I'm dumb enough to do it again.
There you go, straight from, I guess, the horse's mouth, if you will. Anytime we might get him back here at the Coliseum, still working on that?
Well, you know what, as much as I love playing Michigan State, I think we're 0-4 against. So we may try to mix it up here once this contract is over next year. Maybe go play someone else, give our guys another look, a different team. It's really tough playing at Michigan State, Glenn, and this is a 3-for-1. We go there 3 times, they come back once. We may mix it up and see if we can go elsewhere. Maybe we'll go to Michigan State if our guys like it.